This Ligue Uber Eats campaign, as ever, marked by goals, 1,067 of them to be exact. Amazingly, the same total as the previous campaign, both the best goal rushes since 1983. But it's not just the quantity or quality of the strikes that this season produced some astonishing comebacks. We look back at the most jaw-dropping games of the season. An early matchup of European contenders and goals expected. Matches between Lille and Monaco enjoying the longest scoring streak in the division. Alessandro Ribeiro with a first goal in France to kick things off, before Brazilian compatriot Cao Henrique found an overly generous Luca Chevalier. Lille's top dog Jonathan David leading Axel Desassi a merry dance. The Canadian international looked destined to score. Remy Cabella making sure LOSC restored their lead. Yet Desassi would make amends. 2-2 at the break, but only a brief pause to the scoring. With Sabadier picking Thiago Diallo's pocket, Monaco 3-2 up and on course for back-to-back wins at the Stade Pierre-Mauroy. Yet in just 9 minutes, Paulo Fonseca's men turned it around. First, Remy Cabella. And then Jonathan Bamba secured a stunning 4-3 win. The last outing before the Winter World Cup, Monaco again involved, this time against fellow Champions League chasers Marseille. And it was OM's main man who curled them into an early lead. Alexis Sanchez rediscovering his best form in the south of France. But just as they had in the north, Monaco would turn it around at the Stade Louis II. First, Captain Ben Yedder cutely panenkaed Paul Lopez to level the affair. Then Kevin Folland made it 2-1 with just 18 minutes remaining. Yet Philippe Clermont's men were in for more heartache in a season that would see them miss out on Europe and the Belgian coach sacked. Jordan Verretou set up a grandstand finish. And then, after 7 minutes of added time, Sead Kolasinac earned a dramatic win. This coming just 2 weeks after the heartache of crashing out of Europe against Tottenham. This a big step in the hunt to return to the Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain were wobbling. 3 defeats on the spin out of the Coupe de France and Champions League, facing Lille, 5th in the table and fighting for continental qualification. Yet who else but Kylian Mbappe breaking through a tiny gap to settle early nerves in the capital. Paris's number 7 would go on to be the top scorer in the division for the 5th season running. It was 2 inside 20 minutes when Neymar was on hand to tap home with the help of Vitinha. Yet midway through the half, Les Dogs stirred and bit back. Bafode Diakite's goal, just the start for the visitors to Le Parc. Verratti penalised as Lille offered the chance to level. Jonathan David ended the season with a 91% conversion rate from the spot, 10 of his 24 goals for 12 yards. And suddenly LOSC were making PSG contemplate a 4th successive defeat. Paris-born Bamba with a vicious hit, 3-2, with 21 minutes to play. But with M&M, Les Rouges et Bleus always a threat. First, Mbappe struck to level the affair. Then deep into stoppage time, Lionel Messi showed why he's regarded by many as the GOAT. The fourth time Mbappe, Neymar and Messi had all scored together in a Ligue and Uber Eats match. Paris breathing a big sigh of relief. A 4-3 win. Lille clearly loved the drama up against Laurent Blanc's Lyon, who proved they too love some pandemonium. Lyon needed a win to keep faint hopes of Europe alive. LOSC appeared to extinguish them in the second half. Jonathan David with the deftest of touches to open the scoring a minute after the restart. A Lille win would take them into the top 5 and they looked to be pushed into the right direction. The Canadian hitman bagging a brace from the spot just past the hour mark. However, Lyon had uncovered another gem from their academy, Bradley Barcola scoring for the third time in OL's last 4 on the road. Then came Lyon's captain and talisman, yet instead of helping out, Alexander Lacazette provided a helping hand to the home team. A first Ligue and Uber Eats hat-trick for Jonathan David. But not enough for all 3 points. Lacazette making amends. This with 7 minutes to play. Then Barcola turned creator for an emphatic equaliser. Lacazette on the mark. 3 apiece. The captain salvaging a point, but this just a flavour of the heroics the OL captain was going to produce. Another exhilarating match, but one more to come. No surprise, we finish with the most amazing game of them all. There was the famous Marseille-Montpellier clash in '98. OM 4-0 down at half-time to win 5-4 with a penalty from a certain Laurent Blanc, the ideal man on Lyon's bench against Montpellier. Lacazette opened the scoring, but then there was only space for one in the Groupama spotlight. Eli Wahi's leg heavily strapped, but instead he strapped Ligue and Uber Eats and the world in for a madcap match. Anthony Lopez would get used to this feeling. Wahi's double would soon become a treble. Dejan Lovren finding the only way to stop the flying Montpellier youngster, but only a short reprieve. Wahi becoming the first Montpellier player to score 4 goals in the same Ligue and Uber Eats game, and surely 3 points for Michel de Zakarian's side. No one would forget his name in a hurry, but there was one man who wasn't willing to accept Lyon's fate. Just shy of the hour mark, Lacazette making it 4-2. Then Dejan Lovren, well placed to make amends, heading home to make it 4-3 and still 20 minutes on the clock. 2023 would see Lacazette net 17 of his eventual 27 goals. He'd not been this razor sharp since he departed France for Arsenal in 2017. But having settled for a point at Lille, this time Lyon's number 10 wanted more. A penalty and a bonkers end to a madcap match. A 99th minute winner. The first time Lacazette has scored 4. The first time Lyon had trailed by 3 goals and 1. Only the second time in the last 75 years that 2 players have both scored 4 times. Games that make you fall in love with French football all over again. These just 5 of the best. The lesson, it ain't over until it's over. We wait with impatience as to what next season has in store.